Over in West Windsor played Hopewell, and we have the highlights for you right now, courtesy of Hamilton Township Education Association. It was 0-0 until when, Ant?
Until this free kick by Dan Nayfield. He gets the ball up in the air, and Ian McGee heads it in to where Brian Picaro finishes with a goal. The Bulldogs go up 1-0. Again, the Bulldogs are on the attack. West Windsor can't clear the ball, and freshman Steve Barry is there to put the ball in the back of the net. And of course, he gets his congrats from his teammates. West Windsor would not give up. Miller passes the ball to Reggie Bynum, and he cuts the Bulldogs' lead in half with the Pirates' first goal of the game. The kids look pretty excited. But Hopewell Valley shows us why they are undefeated in '98. Chip Bulkin gets a head on it, and Brady Niedermeyer is there to put the ball in the net with his body.
And for that 3-1 victory, the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs are our Trenton Karstark Team of the Day. In sports, there was plenty of soccer action around the county yesterday. WZBN cameras were at Hamilton West, where the undefeated Hopewell Valley boys took on the under 500 Hornets. Let's go right to the highlights. Hamilton West was hoping to hang around with the Bulldogs, and early on, that's exactly what they would do. The Hornets defense keeps the Dogs on a short leash early on in the first half. The free kick coming up right here will get Brian Rostron lunging towards the ball, and he would net it right in the back of the net. He almost wants to take his shirt off. He's so excited. Brian, not a good idea, sport. Hamilton kept the pressure on, and they would be rewarded. A goal by Juan Diaz would come up in just a matter of seconds. Here, Juan sees it, and he buries it in the back of the net. 2-1 Hamilton after the first half, but in the second half, Hopewell Valley would get it going. They had time to think about losing their first game of the year. The banana kick here by Dan Mayfield, and the boy has some serious hook on his swing. It nets results as his teammate Chip Bulkin gets the glory, tying the game at 2 apiece. And just like that, the tide would change in this match. It would become a Hopewell Valley affair in the Hamilton defensive side of the field. The Hopewell boys would just keep the pressure on the rest of the day, knowing they had to get the win, desperate for the win. It would come up with Andrew Scalias' goal here. And, you know, Andrew, man, just get a little excited, all right? This play has got to get you pumped up, Drew. Oh, my, what a goal by your teammate Ian McGee. Come on, boys, let's see some excitement. The Bulldogs would go on to win that game 4-2 and remain undefeated. And for that, they are our Trenton Karstark Team of the Day. Today, the state soccer tournament continued, and Anthony Canuli is here now with the highlights from the Hopewell Valley-Somerville matchup.
The top-seeded Hopewell Valley Bulldogs in the white took on Somerville today in the Central Jersey Group 2 tournament. The Bulldogs came geared up to play. Somerville was last year's runner-up. Chip Bulkin stabs in the pass from Andrew Scalias to put Hopewell up 2-0 in the first half. And watch the concentration of the Hopewell Valley keeper. Can't quite get his hands on it. The ball gets bounced around and keeps getting bounced around. And somehow, Ryan Horhath comes up with the ball. The ref is there to try and settle things down. These kids were playing pretty tough today. Matt Katz plays a perfect ball to Ian McGee, who heads it in. That's textbook soccer right there, and McGee seems pretty pumped up about it. Somerville tried to get their second goal right there, but Horhath comes up with a big save. And now the goals would just keep coming. Ian McGee taps in the corner kick, then Brady Niederer touches it in, and the Bulldogs were on their way to a romp with a 5-1 lead. What do you do with a 5-1 lead? You just keep the pressure on it, and that's exactly what the Bulldogs did. Watch this corner kick closely. TJ Imbrigada heads it in for another example of a textbook corner kick. And I don't know what was up with Hopewell Valley today. They just looked unstoppable. They would eventually go on to an 8-2 victory over Somerville, and now we see why they were the top seed.
Let's turn to high school soccer, where the Hopewell Valley boys were going after the Group 2 Central title. Their opponent in the finals was Ridge High School. Anthony Canuli has the highlights.
Hopewell Valley in the white took on Ridge High School, and Ben Harris from Ridge just put his team on the board, but the Bulldogs were already up 3-1 at the end of the first half. And Hopewell Valley was on fire again today. These guys play intense, and they love to put the ball in the net. Hopewell Valley just didn't let up once they got a comfortable lead. They kept working on getting more scoring opportunities. Anthony Miller served up the perfect ball for Brady Niederer. That would have looked cool if it went in. How about Ryan Horvath in goal? This was just one of his many great saves. Ian McGee with the great long throw puts it right to Chip Bulkin, who gets it to Matt Katz for the finish, and the Bulldogs are up 4-1. Hats off to the Ridge keeper, David Kolak. He had a tough game, but he hung in there strong. This Hopewell team is just playing some great soccer right now, and let's hope that these kids can keep it together. But they weren't done yet today. McGee again with the strong throw. Miller gets a head on it, and he serves it up for Steve Kazor. He puts the ball in, and it's a 5-1 lead. And Hopewell Valley is on their way to becoming the Group 2 Central champions. EJ Imbrigada adds another goal. This put Hopewell up 6-1, and this game is pretty much all but over. John Evans wanted to add to the lead. It was close, but no cigar. The Hopewell Valley Bulldogs are the Group 2 Central champions.
Tonight, the Trenton Carstar Team of the Day goes to the Hopewell Valley boys for winning the Group 2 Central title this afternoon. Congratulations to the Bulldogs for showing their bark is just as strong as their bite. The Hopewell Valley boys, speaking of talented teams, their soccer team met Chatham last night in the Group 2 state final. Let's take a look at the highlights. Hopewell Valley in the white taking on Chatham in the title game last night. A scoreless first half. Both goalkeepers made the plays they had to make while their offenses felt each other out. On the throw-in, coming up right here, a good chance for the Bulldogs. Ian McGee gets his head on it, but R.J. Marvini makes the save. On the other end, the Cougars attack the net with a header, but Ryan Horvath is going to step up and make the save. Then early in the second half, the Cougars would strike. Dave Walsh takes the shot, Horvath with the save, but Mark Lee with the follow for the goal. Chatham with a 1-0 lead. It would stay 1-0 until just under 10 minutes left in this one, and that's when the Bulldogs would get back in it. On the throw-in, Matt Coopy will get the ball and blast it past Marvini, and we are tied at 1, folks. The Bulldogs getting psyched up. They knock them down. Hey, this would stay that way. Last few minutes of regulation would see both teams with good opportunities. Brady Niederer coming up here with an unbelievable play. Folks, if this had gone in, it would have been one hell of a way to end the season. The bicycle kick, but it stopped, and then Mike Walsh clears it. We'd go to OT, and that's where Mike Walsh would get a terrific pass. A bicycle kick, as a matter of fact. He misses the first shot, but he gets the second one to become the hero. He then outruns his entire team to the sidelines to get mobbed by the Chatham Crazies. But folks, let's not forget about Hopewell. They had one heck of a year. The final 2-1 Chatham in OT. We're going to give the Bulldogs a final salute. They finished up with an 18-3-2 record. So congratulations to the Hopewell Valley boys. They're our Trenton Carstar Team of the Day.
From the College of New Jersey, CN8 Sports proudly presents the New Jersey State High School Boys Soccer Finals. Tonight in the Group 2 championship match, it's the Cougars of Chatham to meet the Bulldogs of Hopewell Valley. Hi everyone, I'm Bob Lampin and welcome to the College of New Jersey. And with me is Florian Kemp, and you know, Florian, a special night for high school athletes and two teams with a history of playing in big state championship games.
That's right, Bob. These two teams, they're no strangers to championship soccer, especially in Group 2. But Chatham, since 1988, has won the tournament 3 times. Hopewell Valley has 3 appearances. They have only won it once. But these two teams, very familiar with one another, and definitely both banking on a victory here tonight.
And for Chatham, one of the leading players around, midfielder Mike Walsh, he keys their attack. He's a good one.
An exceptional talent, good field vision, good technical skills. Not only can he make plays, but he can score goals as well. 25 to his credit on the season, and the team expects big things from him tonight in this championship game.
R.J. Marvini, the goalkeeper, a lot of pressure on him. You've got to play big in a state final in the nets.
Well, big he has played, indeed, all season. 17 shutouts to his record. He made 7 saves in the semifinal victory. Definitely, he is pumped for tonight's game.
For Hopewell Valley, everything goes through the midfield. Ian McGee, he keys the attack for Hopewell Valley, and he also is an outstanding player.
That's right. Ian McGee, extremely hard shot, a hard worker in the midfield. He's got 14 goals on the season. He is the team's main dynamo in the midfield.
And, of course, the pressure in the defense between the pipes is Ryan Horvath. Ryan has to play big tonight.
Well, Ryan Horvath has 10 shutouts on the season to his credit. He's got good hands. He's very quick inside the penalty box, and he's a great distributor of the ball.
State Championship Soccer on CN8. Hopewell Valley to take on Chatham. It's the Group 2 State Final on CN8. Stay with us. Starting lineups coming up next. Beautiful night for soccer as we profile first Chatham. See their record, 21-3-1. located in Morris County in Chatham, New Jersey. Central Jersey, Colonial Hills Conference, and they're nicknamed the Cougars. Their coach, a guy who's been very successful, Ken Cherry. Ken is in his 9th season, 160 wins and only 29 losses. He's happy tonight. The starting lineup that Coach Cherry will send out on the field is a good one indeed. Marvini's in the goal. Babona and Kim in the back. 5 midfielders. Hansberry, Schultz, the 2 Walshes, and Sesnick. Turnison, Kramer, and Ruiz up front for Chatham. Chatham, a very fine team. Looking forward to playing it for Hopewell Valley. 18-2-2. Located in Pennington, New Jersey. Central Jersey, Colonial Valley Conference. The Bulldogs. So Hopewell Valley happy to be here also. A good crowd on hand. They're fired up. It's going to be a good night, and their coach is Coach Stan Davis. Stan in his 12th season. He looks pretty relaxed. And he's talking about his starting lineup, I'm sure. Very, very relaxed. Ryan Horvath, the goalkeeper. The defenders, Mayfield, McDonough, and Miller. Benassi, Bolkin, Coopy, and McGee in the midfield, along with Kaiser, Picarello, and Needier, the 2 front runners. So, Florian, that's how things will set up. It should be fun.
That's right, Bob. Both teams coming in here very excited, very enthused about tonight's Group 2 championship game. Big winners in the semifinals, of course. Chatham, a 2-0 winner over Newton. Sesnick and Turnison, the goal-getters in that game. Hopewell Valley winning their semifinal against Moorestown. Of course, the big number 18 in the midfield, Ian McGee, the lone goal-getter. A lot of supporters there for both teams, and what we expect, a perfect evening for high school championship soccer.
No question about it, and that's the beauty of high school sports right there. There's nothing like the enthusiasm you'll see from the young people in our high schools.
Well, speaking of enthusiasm, we have the band here tonight, too, so
right.
We've got everything here. A gorgeous setting. Now, both teams a little bit concerned about the turf factor. The conditions are not really comfortable for both teams. However, if we could call it the great equalizer, indeed, the AstroTurf field here, but it's a gorgeous stadium here at the College of New Jersey.
And not only is it a turf field, Florian, but also a maximum width, and it's important that the players realize that and take advantage of it and stretch it out north and south and east and west.
Well, we saw both teams warming up for the game, Bob, playing a little bit of keep away, just knocking the ball around, and that's exactly what you have to do. If you're the coach, you want your players out there, especially your technically gifted players, to get a good feel on the ball, and you want to get them out there feeling comfortable very early in the game.
Big night for players and fans, and also a big night for referees who get a chance to work a match in the championship. It's Phil Moretta and Wayne Holden have that honor, and that's a real honor for officials also, Florian.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Oftentimes officials are overlooked, and over the years, we've had a chance to meet a number of good ones, but it's certainly they deserve some recognition as well, because these are the guys who year in and year out come out here, sacrifice, work hard to keep law and order in the games, and they do a great job.
That's Wayne Holden right there. Wayne working with Phil Moretta. There's Phil. And he's got that red card. I hope he doesn't need that thing. He's just got to carry it with him just in case of emergency. But hopefully Phil will be able to leave that thing in his back pocket, and the boys will go out and just have a great match. Chatham in their navy blue, and Hopewell Valley in their home whites. And this should be fun. From the College of New Jersey, it's the Group 2 state finals on CN8. Bob Lampinen and Florian Kemp with you. Florian, we'll see early on how much of a problem the turf will be. Both teams have tried to duplicate it, but it's tough in a couple of practices.
Well, Bob, anybody who's ever played soccer, they know everything happens, or most things happen in the midfield. We've got 2 great ones, one on each team.
And here we go. Chatham on the attack right away. They move right up to the top of the box. And wow, some early pressure. Screening the ball nicely was Turnison. And one thing you want to do is come out firing early on. And nothing you'd like better than to get off to a real quick start. And certainly that time, Hopewell Valley able to organize their defense. Chatham came at them quickly, and now it's Hopewell Valley looking to counter. They go the other way down the left side. One thing about turf, it certainly speeds up the game. There's our first foul of the match, and both teams with quick teams. So we'll see what'll happen. There's the first foul of the match. It'll be a free kick for Chatham. They'll play it short. With the ball, number 18, Drew Kim. Kim waiting for some pressure. One thing I think we'll see is tight marking in the midfield. I think that Hopewell Valley will play a little quicker pace. Chatham will knock it around, and they'll try to get the defenders to come at them, and then try to knock it behind. Hopewell Valley more direct.
Good hard tackling out there by both teams, but the wake-up call there pretty much given there by Chatham as they had a nice series of one-touch passes down the left flank, and that was Sesnick finishing up with a shot on goal, and all of a sudden, right after that, you notice that Hopewell Valley had to tighten up their marking, especially in the midfield.
The throw-in from the right flank by Brian Hansberry. Chatham in their navy blue. They look to knock it around, looking for mistakes at the top of the box. Good support. Angled wide to the right. And one thing neither coach wants is the ball up in the air. There's a whistle. It's going to go against Chatham. And both teams want the ball down on the carpet.
That's right, but in order to do that, you've got to give yourself some space up front. You've got to play the flanks wide. You've got to have your wingers stay on the sideline, open things up a little bit in the middle. But you saw there Chatham trying to execute a series of one-touch passes, so obviously they're trying to take advantage of the quick attack.
And we just saw a very long free kick by Hopewell Valley. That time they bypassed the midfield completely. And the Bulldogs get the throw in on the right side. The throw was taken by Anthony Miller. Again, up in the air. Well up on the header. Number 18 was McGee. Hopewell Valley putting some early pressure on. They break inside the box, looking to slot it across. Ball was well stroked by Matt Coopy and headed away. Martin Kramer D's it up on the near post. Here it is.
Great job by Coopy. Look at the sharp cut. Look at the spin, but great positional defense on the near post as it was knocked out of bounds. Great defensive play there by Chatham's Kramer.
So it'll be a corner kick. And they go to the back post. Pulled out to about the 12. Bounding in front. Still loose in front and just cleared out of danger. Great opportunity for Hopewell Valley. They played it back into the box. Marvini has to punch it away.
Great pressure in the box, but it was Marvini just knocking that ball about 6 inches away from the goal line. There's a guy on the season. He's got a number of key shutouts. He showed you why on that last play.
R.J. Marvini, a 4-year starter in the goal for Chatham. Corner kick number 2 for Hopewell Valley. Drive back post. McGee goes up, misses it, and finally volleyed out of trouble. The target man, definitely McGee on those corners.
Yeah, Hopewell Valley doing a nice job now of picking up the tempo in the attacking third of the field and also marking tightly in the midfield. That's why Chatham's having a difficult time of advancing the ball upfield.
Steve Kaiser, wearing number 24, has it. Knocked loose, but calmly cleared away by Kramer. Kramer has to knock it long and knot it away. Then Mayfield went up to head that one out of danger. In the midfield.
Good pressure by both teams now. You see frequent changes of possession of the midfield.
Kramer's pass knocked away. Hopewell Valley comes away with it. Number 4, Benassi had it. Whistle blows and the foul goes against Hopewell Valley.
You can see, Bob, both teams still adjusting, trying to get used to and trying to get comfortable to that first touch on the ball. A big difference. You see a lot of guys put their foot down to try to make the stop. The ball just bounces a couple of feet away. They're just trying to take the pace off the ball, and there we see the fouls there for Hopewell Valley 2 and for Chatham 1.
So a little physical early on. Both teams going up. Here's the ball flicked on opposite post. And well defended by number 14, Colin McDonough. Chatham trying to do a good job of getting in behind the defense, and McDonough read it, and that's going to go as a goal kick for Hopewell Valley. So we've got 34 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in the half. It's the Group 2 state final from the College of New Jersey, and Coach Stan Davis and his club deadlocked 0-0. Mayfield with the left foot. Flick on header. And we can see early on Florian, neither team yet has adjusted to the extra width on the field. They're really not using all of the width.
Well, both teams very aggressive and obviously want to get that early score. And in a game like this, it's important, Bob, that you get that first score. And we saw Chatham, after the opening kickoff, initiate a couple of dangerous plays in front of Hopewell Valley's goal, and then we've seen the opposite occur. So both teams, it'll take them about 15 or 20 minutes to settle down because you cannot play at 110% from the entire game. We all know why not.
You can certainly try, but it doesn't work. Ian McGee with a long throw. And the Bulldogs come away with a good ball out to the right flank. Stripped away, Kramer flips it over the top. And Hopewell Valley's Dan Mayfield gives away the throw and right at midfield.
Once again, Chatham doing a nice job of moving up in the midfield, putting some early pressure there on Mayfield, forcing him to kick it out of bounds and getting the throw in.
Dave Scholes with the throw. McGee was all the way back into the defense that time. But Bona flights it toward the 18, and easy one for Ryan Horvath.
One thing that's impressed me about Chatham is you see him try to serve the ball up to the attacking third. They don't try to hit it as hard as possible. They're trying to place it in there, such as Bibona did on that last play, causing some serious problems for the defensive back line of Hopewell Valley.
Kaiser, good ball on the right side, run down by number 15. That's Chalice. Chalice defended by Kramer. And it'll be a Chatham throw-in, with a substitution being made by Coach Cherry of Chatham. Nick Sesnick left the match. And replaced by number 9, Mark Lee, the junior. So another throw for the Cougars. Number 13 is Dave Schultz. He'll take it. Long shot ripped, and it's missed to the near side. Mike Walsh, the senior, said, why not? I'm going to unload one. He's just showing folks that he can hit the ball. He didn't hit that one on the mark, but he hit it hard.
No doubt about it. He shows you just why he has 25 goals scored this year. He has the ability and the power to be able to reach the net, like you said, off the mark, but perhaps not a bad idea early in the game, just trying to keep Hopewell Valley's goalie, Ryan Horvath, a little bit honest. Keep in mind, Horvath is only a junior, however, a talented goalie nonetheless.
Here's Mark Ligg. Nice ball played on the overlap up to the right side. Ball spurts loose inside the box, but Horvath reads it well, and his fans love it.
Yeah, great one-touch passing there in the midfield by Chatham, and you saw where the placement came, just to the top of the penalty area, forcing Horvath to come way out to make the save. What Chatham is hoping to do is have somebody overlapping on the left side to connect right onto that type of a pass.
Walsh able to flick it on up toward the right flag, being run down by Mark Lee. And good work by Lee to keep it alive. Ken Cherry across the way. He's the only guy in the place, I think. Well, a couple others have gloves on. It's pretty warm out.
Great effort there by Mark Lee, chasing that ball down, keeping it in play, and then wisely playing it off the defender for the sure corner kick. Once again, when you play to space on turf, you have to be aware that the ball is going to roll twice as fast as it normally does on grass.
Schultz will take the corner. He'll take it with the right foot, pull it away from the goal. Low drive to the near post, and it's knotted out of danger. Hard work by Chalice. Went up high on the header. And they'll reset it. Another goal kick for Chatham. Florian Chatham record of 21-3-1, so they've had a great season. They played a great schedule. Hopewell Valley with a record of 18-2-2. They've had a dream season also to get here to the finals.
And talk about a young team. They're showing only like 4 seniors in the starting lineup. Ryan Horvath, the goalie we mentioned, is a junior, as is Ian McKee in the midfield.
They play it back to Coopy. Coopy's looking behind the defense. McGee comes over, has to give it back with the pass just off the mark. And that one's going to be run down on the left side. Quick move by Lee. Gets past Miller. Lee still has it. Slots it back, looking for Walsh. Walsh screens it. Bumped by McGee. It'll be a free kick coming up for the Cougars. Again, you saw Walsh use his body so well, turned and earned the foul
Here
for
it
his
is,
team.
right there. Walsh shielding the ball, doing a great job, and Ian McKee just frustrated there, happened to be at the wrong spot, and just out of frustration, just unintentionally knocked Walsh out of the way, but draws the foul on the play. But great work there on the left flank by Lee, servicing that ball in. Once again, the placement of the pass and the pace on it was just great.
4 men in the defensive wall. Now they tighten it up. It's Walsh and number 19, Dave Walsh, the brothers Walsh, over the ball. And they shoot direct right into the hands of Ryan Horvath.
Great shot, great attempt nonetheless, but you saw Ryan Horvath, excellent vision on the entire play. It's because he had a great wall in front of him, enabling him to cover the angle, to have the complete eye on the ball, but not a bad attempt there by Walsh.
Mike Walsh tried to bend it around the wall, and Ryan Horvath was right there. 28 minutes and 4 seconds left to play in the first half. Nice crowd on hand, and they're standing early. It's a long time to stand in a soccer match, but when you're in high school, you're certainly young and you can handle it.
That's right, and for a championship game, they don't do this every week. For some of the seniors, this is going to be the last time they'll have a chance to experience this, and it's a great thing for the school as well, not only for the soccer team, but when any kind of a sports team arrives at the championship, the pinnacle of the season, the whole school kind of gets behind them.
And off the free kick, Mark Lee comes up with it. Nice move to the left. Cross near post, and Horvath had it read perfectly.
Horvath that time gambled and came over to there. So here's Lee with a nice cut. Great. Look at all the space and time. Simple, nice chip, and just not quite enough. Horvath, perfect judgment on the near side, but had the ball been placed a little bit higher, that whole back post would have been open.
So we've got 3 shots for Chatham and 3 saves for Hopewell Valley early. And there was a foul just at midfield, so the Bulldogs will set things up. And they're going to back everybody back into the 18, so look for Hopewell Valley to go long on this restart. Dan Mayfield signals that he's ready. And he shows a good strong foot near post, and Marvini comes off the line, bobbles it, and then picks it up.
R.J. Marvini, of course, 17 shutouts on the season, and coming out to take that one out of the air, but perhaps did not expect as much early pressure as he's already encountered, and it hasn't been constant. It's come in spurts, sporadic, and sometimes that happens to throw you off your game.
And this one will roll to Horvath. Chatham on a 12-game win streak. And their losses this year, 2-0 to Kearney and 4-3 in overtime to Scotch Plains, so they played a bear of a schedule. And Hopewell Valley defeated Moorestown 1-0 in the semifinals. Moorestown defeated Chatham last year in the Group 2 final. So both teams playing quality schedules, and that's the result. You get to the state finals, and everybody's got them all painted up, and that shows you the enthusiasm in Hopewell Valley. Guy looked a little bit like you there, Florian. I'm not sure.
Well, he had too much hair on his chest. Bob, you mentioned Hopewell Valley on a 12-game winning streak, 10 of those 12 games shutouts.
Yeah, great to see so many folks turning out here at the College of New Jersey, as these two teams so far pretty even battle for supremacy in Group 2 in the state of New Jersey. And you see the high turf bounce right there, went over the head of number 9, Matt Coopy. And that's a good call.
A little bit of delay in the whistle there, waiting to see if there was going to be an advantage play. Here we see the replay. Good position, a foul from behind, but of course you see the advantage taken away, and the referee correctly blew the whistle. Good call.
Chalice did a good job knowing contact was coming to turn his back and screen on the ball. 3 fouls for each team so far. And that's how they set it up defensively and offensively inside the box. So looks like the restarts are going to all be knocked long, very direct into the box. Marvini way off the line, punches it away. And Walsh has to clear. Florian, R.J. Marvini, the goalkeeper, not afraid to come out. He's coming out quickly, way out on that punch, and when that happens, he better make sure he gets back quickly.
As you see it right there, and he just bumps the head of Ian McGee, but what concerns me is a little bit behind R.J. Marvini. Nobody covering that empty net. And of course, and it looks like Hopewell Valley is aware of that. They're trying to get that first-time shot back into the goal.
There's Marvini again. Got part of the ball as he went to punch it away. And that time he sprinted back into the net. So the Bulldogs of Hopewell Valley look like they can certainly cause some problems on restarts. Chatham's going to need to avoid fouling to take that opportunity away.
Right now, Hopewell Valley are really doing themselves a lot of good by marking tightly in the midfield, aggressively playing the ball, and of course winning it, as is shown right there.
Mayfield knocked it long. Oh, nice ball into the inside. Chalice trying to break free, defended by Kramer. Almost got away right there. Nice move by Chalice that cut to the inside of the defender.
Kramer under pressure made a nice clear, just a simple turn of the foot. He knocks it high to his left side, out of bounds, and of course a real pressure cooker when you're a defender, Bob, and you're facing your own goal, and you know you can't pass it back to the goalie because he does not have the advantage of playing with his hands, and you've got a few opponents all over your back. It was a good decision by the defender.
Well, you can make mistakes in the midfield, but you can't make them in the defensive third, that's for sure. And here comes some work up the left side by Kramer, but tackled away. Got away from Kramer, and it was stolen away by Mayfield, and then Mayfield gave the throw-in away.
Yeah, Dan Mayfield and Cullen McDonough both having strong first half. There you see him step right in there, and outside of the foot tackle, and of course he uses the shoulder on there, knocks the ball out, and it looks like it'll be a throw-in coming up here on the near side.
So it will be a throw-in. And set to take the throw was Nick Sesnick. Sesnick back on. So both teams trying to establish themselves in the midfield. It's pretty much been an even game midfield-wise. Either Chatham or Hopewell Valley able to dominate, but here's a pass through, but offside's the call. Just ahead of the play was Matt Katz, number 8, the sophomore. And that's where you want to earn the ball. You want to win it as a midfielder in midfield. Right there, nice step-up move, and then the quick pass. You pay the price, but just offside by about a step and a half was number 8, Matt Katz.
Once again, Hopewell Valley continuing with that aggressive play in the midfield and, of course, creating opportunities. Here's one.
Walsh with a beautiful ball, and then the shot is mistaken over the top, but Walsh just flicked it on right onto the foot of his brother, Dave Walsh, the sophomore, and the ball came up, and Dave couldn't get a good foot on it.
That was a great show of a Walsh connection, but credit number 14, Cullen McDonough back there. Man, is he tough. You see him holding the side of his rib cage there. Look at this ball right here. Bounces, and Cullen McDonough gets in there, disturbs the play, disrupts. He has been a nuisance to Chatham all evening. What an outstanding first half so far that he's had on that left back marking position.
That one headed across the way into touch. That's the story. No score with 20 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first half. We are at the College of New Jersey. It's the Group 2 state finals here on CN8. Bob Lampinen and Florian Kemp with you. Chatham and Hopewell Valley. So far, I'd call it dead even.
That's right, Bob. Both teams have had their opportunities. Both teams at times have taken control of the midfield. But it seems like Hopewell Valley now, towards the middle part of the first half, seems to be getting more of the play in the midfield.
Here's Kaiser. Tries to cross it, and the corner kick is earned. Good work by Kaiser as it's knocked away by the defender, Nick Sesnick, the junior.
Yeah, that time we see Sesnick, who likes to play in the left midfield and left flank, come all the way back and help out defensively. And that's what you have to do. Remember, in soccer, when you lose the ball, everybody's got to defend. And when you have it, everybody's going to attack. That's what we see here now for Hopewell Valley.
Third corner of the match for Hopewell Valley. Good corner there, and Marvini has to punch it away. And it bounced out to Coopy, but he couldn't get the shot off, and now Chatham tries to counter. But stepping up is McDonough. And here post, nobody there. Easy one for Marvini. One of the few easy ones for RJ so far.
That's right. He's had a lot of work in the first half, but one thing that impresses me, he has good judgment on the ball. He comes out, doesn't try to catch it, because if he catches it, he could get himself in trouble. Fists the ball out, and he's nearly done it about 75% of the time. Now, if you're Hopewell Valley, you want to anticipate that and try to follow up with a rebound.
Kramer tried to knock it to the corner on the left side, but hit a little bit wide, so a throw-in to be taken by number 24, Steve Kaiser. Tight marking.
Yeah, good pressure. And once again, a good pressure in the midfield by Hopewell Valley, because they've been creating the turnovers in their favor.
Checking back nicely to chest it down was Mark Lee. Carl Turnison, number 5, has been poaching a little bit up at the forward spot for Chatham. Ken Cherry knows that he's the guy they want to get it to. Got him one-on-one, try to match it up one-on-one with the defender. Chatham bringing most of their players back into the midfield and then sending people from the back into the attack. There's Drew Kim. Well, Kim's passed too much pace on it, and they'll give the throwing away.
That's something we talked about early in the game, that when you pass on AstroTurf, you have to either knock it. If you're going to put pace on the ball, you've got to play to feet. And if you don't play to feet, then you've got to take pace off the ball. And a lot of times, as you look at Stan Davis there at Hopewell Valley, Bob, a lot of times you see the kids trying to play the ball in the air, but what you want to do is try to get it on the feet of a player that knows how to put some backspin on the ball. You want to lob those balls so that they die in the attacking third.
Brady Nieder just checked in for Hopewell Valley. Chatham moves into the attack. They flight it across into the box, but nobody there. And then sprinting back to knock it away was number 24, Steve Kaiser.
Yeah, great recovery there by Kaiser, but an absolutely beautiful cross. We've seen 2 or 3 balls played in exactly that area, about 14, 15 yards away from the goal to the left side. Nobody there, though, for Chatham to bang it home.
Attempted volley by Mark Lee was blocked, and now Hopewell Valley looks to counter. Nobody there, as they weren't able to send too many numbers forward. And Drew Kim has to knock that one long. So that'll be a throw-in for Hopewell Valley. First half, no score, 16 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. That one went in play and then swerved out of play, so it goes as a throw-in for Chatham. Chatham and Hopewell Valley battling for the Group 2 title. 0-0. With some good opportunities for both clubs. There's McGee. We said everything goes through McGee in the midfield, and he's had some good balls served into the 18. And that time Chatham covers up and they knock it long. This is Turnison. Flicked it over the top. McGee all over Walsh, and that'll be a Chatham throw.
Great play in the midfield. As you see, Hopewell Valley, that's Bolkin. He was knocked down, but a great tackle defensively. The official was there. No foul on that play.
Chip Bolkin, with 12 goals, was looking for his 13th, and that was just a terrific fair tackle. Good depth in the defense of Chatham. And that time the skills let him down a bit, but ball still knocked deep to the corner. Turnison's going to try to run it down. A little more space now. I think both teams starting to realize, hey, this field is wide. Let's use it all.
Let's use it all. Let's play to feet. Let's spread it out. Let's get things going, as you see right there.
Hopewell Valley looks to counter. And that ball just got away from Matt Katz.
Yeah, Matt Katz a little bit anxious to get the ball going up the right flank. And once again, that first touch is so critical. That time, here he comes. He's got it, and the ball was cleared nicely by a defender. We thought we were going to see a little bit earlier when he touched it the first time. But that first touch so important. Here comes a cross.
Low drive, knotted away. Koopy checks back. Kaiser played it on to the foot of number 8, Matt Katz. Katz is going to look to knock it across, and the ball came up on him and couldn't quite turn, has to give away the goal kick.
Here's some great skill. Right down, foot over the ball, holds onto it, pass inside. Great idea. Just a little bit too much. As you see Katz hustling onto it to make the turn. That is the kind of skill you want to see. They are the type of plays, Bob, that will produce you goals.
No substitute for good technique, particularly on the turf. And as you said before, the first touch is so important, and the clean trap. The ball cannot bounce away. You've got to make the solid, dead trap, and then the first touch has to be a solid one. Woo, crunching tackle. Chatham keeps possession. Beautiful one touch. Here's Walsh. Walsh looking, fires from long range over the top.
Nice exchange of passes there in the midfield with Walsh again pulling the trigger, but really doing that out of respect to the defense of Hopewell Valley. You know, Bob, at times when Hopewell Valley has been under pressure in front of their goal, they've had as many as 9 players in around the penalty box. Here's the shot, tremendous power, but of course off the mark. What you want to do is get your body over that ball, and you want that ball to drop just underneath that crossbar. But once again, in order to score, you've got to take the shots, and that's what he's doing.
And you just saw that stat, shots on goal. Both teams not afraid to fire. Hopewell Valley has been most dangerous off of corner kicks and restarts. "12 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. See a little less pressure in the midfield. Players starting to figure out each other. As a defender, you start to realize, hey, the guy I'm marking, he's pretty good with the ball, so you give him a little more respect and some more room.
Well, that's right, and we talk about the pace that these two teams play. They haven't held anything back here in the first half, and these guys are starting to wear down a little bit. Keep in mind the turf is a little bit harder, not only on the feet, on the bottom of your feet, but on your legs as well. And both teams have done a lot of ball chasing to keep up the pace of play. Now things are going to begin to settle down, and the team that can take advantage of that space on the field will find themselves on the positive side of the score.
Here's the corner kick, the low drive, fielded by Benassi, but Chatham takes it away. Turnison tries to turn with it. Ball played away. Chatham looks for the foul. Turnison wants it, didn't get the call. Bouncing free inside. And Marvini has to just come off the line. Little bit of a problem in communication between the Chatham defenders and R.J. Marvini, but the Cougars dodged the bullet.
Look, it was Needier up there really putting the pressure on the defender back there, and looks like there was a slight mistrap in the air, but Marvini again to the rescue as he's been all season long for Chatham.
Stepping up to knock that one away, Anthony Miller, number 20, went in hard and knotted it into touch.
Here it is, Niederer looking at between two defenders. There's a ball played back again, and then you see Marvini come out, mishandles it again, and scoops it up. But once again, that turf, so hard to trap that ball dead, not only for the players, but you see that time for the goalie as well.
And there's a good ball. Nice overlapping run from the left side. Benassi, early service in the box. And Chatham very calmly came up with it, tried to clear it, and McGee, showing great courage, stepped up and took one for the team.
Well, that pretty much tells you the story of the first half for Hopewell Valley. You know, they felt the early pressure right off the opening kickoff by Chatham, and then all of a sudden, they've turned it on since then, and it's been that aggressive, that type of aggressive play in the midfield, Bob. They've won themselves a lot of balls. They've created opportunities. Unfortunately for them, they're facing a tough goalie in R.J. Marvini.
After that last whistle, Andrew Shallis, number 15, the senior, came in for Hopewell Valley. And leaving the match was Matt Katz, number 8. Hopewell Valley band is playing. Good to hear the band here. Excellent crowd on hand at the College of New Jersey. And they're seeing a good quality high school soccer match. 0-0 between Chatham and Hopewell Valley, battling for the Group 2 state title here in New Jersey. Mark Lee trying to isolate Turnison. And so far, Turnison hasn't had much room. McDonough, as you said, has been a nemesis.
McDonough and Mayfield together back there have really been solid defensively for Hopewell Valley.
There's Mayfield up high. Here's Walsh trying to run it down. Walsh and McGee just exchanged pleasantries with their elbows. Kevin Babona stepped up nicely, number 11 for Chatham, tried to slide it through. No one was there to read it. And Ryan Horvath, the goalkeeper, with an easy play, punts it out to midfield. Walsh again on the right. McDonough defends. McDonough pokes it away, and it rolls over the end line. Walsh took a little bit of a knock in the ankle.
Well, that's Cullen McDonough. He's another junior. Well, keep in mind, a number of the leaders on that Hopewell Valley team are juniors. Look at this nice tackle. Here's Walsh, one of the top players in the state. McDonough just times the tackle, sticks the outside of the toe in there, and knocks it out of bounds. Good defensive play. Looks like we've got a goal kick coming up.
Okay, so it is a goal kick. So and off the foot of Walsh. That's even better. You make the tackle and get the goal kick.
And that's one of the reasons why I believe, Bob, we've seen Mike unload some shots from about 25, 35 yards is because Chatham is having a very difficult time of penetrating in that attacking third, so they figured, well, let's test them from afar if we can't get it in close.
And this will be a throw-in for Hopewell Valley. 7 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the half. 0-0. Hopewell Valley forwards and midfielders, they'll move off of this in anticipation of the long throw into the middle of the box. McGee knocks it down. Marvini with a great save there. Marvini flat out parallel.
Well, it's obvious one of the key traits that has made Marvini one of the top goalies in the state, his ability to sprint off the goal line and his ability to judge the play as he showed us right there. That was great. But once again, Ian McGee, really a major player at both ends of the field, that time offensively, just tipping the ball off his head.
Turnison turned it nicely. Nobody was there for Chatham. Nodded away. And it'll be a Chatham throw-in. Cruising over to take it, the senior, Brian Hansberry.
Beautiful throw. Now watch who's underneath. Ian McGee gets up, times it perfectly, and there you see in traffic, Marvini comes out and makes a save.
Steve Cager, number 24, was right there if Marvini had bobbled that one at all. There's the long throw. Walsh tried to flick it on. Always dangerous when it's up in the air inside the box.
With today's championship design. Get them all in last.
Hopewell Valley doing a good job inside the mixer of marking up. Chip over the top, and Horvath reads that one well.
Once again, the path pretty much clear defensively by Hopewell Valley. When they're under pressure, everybody's inside the penalty box, but once the ball is cleared upfield, you saw everybody clear out. When the ball comes in, Horvath has total reign of the penalty area.
Turnison made the move, tried to get past McDonough, didn't quite get past and shoved him down. Watch Turnison here.
There's Turnison trying to make the play. McGonough again. Now we see the tackle with his left foot. Before, a few minutes earlier, we saw him make the tackle with the outside of the right foot against Michael Walsh. This kid's having a strong first half. I'm pretty impressed with his play.
Fourth foul committed by Chatham. 3 fouls by Hopewell Valley, so it's been even. Still up in the air. Finally settled down by Kevin Babona. Babona looking for number 2, Brian Hansberry. And you can just see how quick the ball moves on the turf. And that one rolls over the end line. Let's see what we have. Looks like a goal kick for Hopewell Valley.
Anthony Miller did a nice job of just riding that ball and letting it go out of bounds and picking up the goal kick again. But, you know, you see Chatham now having a little bit of frustration, just too many through balls, too many hard through balls, and they're having difficulty of keeping in play up front. And, of course, for the Hopewell Valley defenders, they are playing those balls very well, smartly letting them go out of bounds or knowing when to stick your foot in at the right time to make the tackle.
There's Jim Peters, number 13 for Hopewell Valley, checks into the match. Sophomore defender. He'll probably be out there for the final 4:30 of this half. And he replaced number 17, Needier. So Brady the Jr. gets a rest. And a foul against Hopewell Valley. Kramer looking to chip inside the box. McGee has to wait for it to come down as it takes a high turf bounce. And the foul against McGee. McGee and Dave Walsh locked up in a confrontation. McGee a little stronger. Called on the foul.
Good opportunity coming up here for Chatham. And let's see how they place this one into the penalty box.
Martin Kramer will take the free kick. Puts it on a diagonal toward the opposite corner. Headed on, and Horvath has to come off the line. Good courageous save with two blue shirts right in his face.
Yeah, big lead quality play on both sides of the ball. Well placed free kick headed into the goal. Horvath did what he had to do, come out, make the save.
Chatham plays it back to the goalkeeper, R.J. Marvini. Marvini with 17 shutouts on the year. And another foul against Hopewell Valley. Three minutes to play in the half. Still no score. They're playing for the Group 2 state title at the College of New Jersey. Trying to slot it through. And those rebounds always dangerous, but cleared away by Dan Natefield. Good call, offsides on the left side. Kramer was off.
Once again, Bob, and congratulations to Coach Davis there, a very well-organized defensive unit there for Hopewell Valley. As we see, when they're under pressure, they get back in numbers. That time when the ball works its way out to midfield, they step up, and you see him on the sidelines. Boy, wow. If he's not into it, I don't know who is.
Well, he looked real relaxed before the match. We had a shot. He was smiling and happy. Well, he is really coaching up a storm now. He knows that with 2:08 to play in the first half, this is danger time. You hate to see a team give up a goal late in the half. Of course, if you score it, you love to pick it up if you can, but so many goals scored in the last 5 minutes of a half.
Anthony Miller again doing a nice job defensively as he was outmanned 2-1, and he's going against a very tough Mark Lee out there. Mark Lee is, to me, one of the key offensive players for Chatham. Does a nice job of bringing the ball down. He also, when he's in trouble, thinks first time. He tries to play the ball first time, Bob, and as a result, he's delivered a lot of dangerous passes into the Hopewell Valley penalty box.
Mayfield's been steady in the back, stepping up, does a good job at sweeper back. And this will be run down. Number 10 is Dan Ruiz. Turnison kept it on. Ruiz trying to shield, looking for some help. And again, the double team, two white shirts on him. Turnison cuts it back. Good touch to Walsh. Horvath near post. And Horvath makes the save. Falling down was Mark Lee. And maybe a bit of gamesmanship by Lee. Trying to catch the corner of the referee's eye. He just took a tumble.
Looked like it was Hopewell Valley's version of the Republican Guard in front of Horvath, protecting him. In other words, you've got to get past the guards guy. And that was one of the points. Look at this beautiful cross. Look at Horvath there. Lee's on his way. It's an accidental trim, but Horvath has all the time to come out. Great protection, very well organized defensive unit. And once again, Horvath has yet to really be challenged, as his counterpart has been. Marvini, now we've seen him tangle it up quite a bit there with some of the offensive players of Hopewell Valley.
10 seconds to play in the half. McGee knows time is running out, just turns and fires from long range. And that'll do it. A good first half of play, top quality soccer. The Chatham Cougars under Coach Kent Cherry in his 9th season playing well and keyed by some good defense, particularly R.J. Marvini. And they'll get reorganized. Stan Davis will talk things over. His kids played well also. Halftime in a Group 2 state final. Hopewell Valley and Chatham deadlocked at 0-0. State championship soccer on CN8. Welcome back to the College of New Jersey at halftime. Chatham nothing, Hopewell Valley nothing. The Group 2 state final here in New Jersey. Bob Lampinen and Florian Kemp with you. Florian, we were talking on the break about both teams playing so well and battling in the midfield, and we really think that's where the game will be decided. Who breaks down there and they're able to get off on the quick counter.
That's right. The other factor to enter into the equation as well is look at the conditioning of both teams. We talked about the first 40 minutes played at a tremendously fast pace. Expect to see both teams wear down a little bit, and the team that's able to spread themselves out properly across the field and distribute the ball well will have a distinct advantage here, especially as the second half winds down.
And the second half has just begun. Chatham in their navy jerseys kick things off. Hopewell Valley in their whites defending, and Turnison right away to the right corner. Tried to knock that one up in the air. First time, what a great shot. Open net, it's in the back of the net. Chatham scores almost from the get-go.
Well, right after the start of the opening kickoff, we saw it happen in the first half. It happened in the second half, but following up the play beautifully in there for Chatham, Dave Walsh, the sophomore, and then Mark Lee follows up with the goal, a 1-0 goal in the first minute of the second half. What a beautiful play. Here it is. We see the ball served in down the wing, and then you see Turnison getting the job done. He waves off the play, crosses it, he cuts it behind the defense. Everybody out of position. First time shot, Dave Walsh, save in there. Horvath, follow up, Lee, goal. Beautiful play, and it was sock, sock, sock. Here we go. One pass, everybody shifting. One-time touch, a save. You can't hold the rebound, you can't clear it. Lee is there to pick up the scraps. Amen. 1-0, and that quickly, Chatham breaks out in front.
Terrific goal for Mark Lee, but how about the first time shot by Dave Walsh? Most players will take a touch first for him. That time he went immediately, surprised Horvath, who made a good save, but the rebound ended up in the back of the net.
Well, that's what the experience that the players had in the first half of getting used to the turf and realizing that, hey, we don't have a lot of time to do things, and if we're going to be effective, we've got to take full advantage of our one-touch play, and that was that. It was a series of one-touch plays in there that created that goal, and of course, Lee doing an outstanding job of following up the play and finishing superbly.
We talked about how dangerous play usually is at the end of a half, and very often right off the opening whistle, if you relax at all, the other team jumps on top, and that's exactly what happened. The Chatham Cougars lead it 1-0. Boy, they wasted no time, and they're looking for their second one right here. Walsh bottled up, taken away by Chip Bolkin. And chipped right to the top of the 18. Mayfield has to clear along. Good switch of the field. The foot race is on. And calmly played back. Once again, you see the battle for 50-50 balls in the midfield. So important in soccer. Who can win the majority of those individual battles? Here's Mark Lee. Overlapping down the left side was number 13, Dave Schultz, but too much enthusiasm on the first touch, and that one let him down. Throw in for Hopewell Valley.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see now, Bob, how both teams react to that early goal scored in the first minute of the second half. For Chatham now, they should be able to settle things down a little bit. They realize they're in front. By no means should they get comfortable, but they should try to spread things out a little bit on the field, knock the ball around, play a little bit more possession soccer.
Hopewell Valley looking for their second Group 2 title. They won it in 1989, and they'd love to come away now, but they're going to have to come back as the ball's loose in front. A great opportunity again here for Chatham, but it's just cleared away. A high bouncer. Nobody could get a head or a foot on it. Now the counter. The Bulldogs. And that's going to be foul against Hopewell Valley. Down to the ground went Ruiz. Here we go.
Once again, you see a little bit of a illegal shoulder charge in there being called, and a good call on that play.
Ruiz was fouled. Chatham elected to go short on the restart. Came up empty with it, and here's number 17, Needier. Needier needs some help. And just nipped away. Ruiz easily poked that one into touch.
Well, if you're Chatham, you have to respect the offensive power there of Hopewell Valley. Now, if they recall in the first half, Hopewell Valley created a number of dangerous situations in front of their goal, and R.J. Marvini had to come out and make a number of key saves. So they are a team that is capable of counterattacking, and of course they're down 1-0, Bob. As time goes on, you would expect them to gamble a little bit more offensively.
And you're exactly right. A little bit early to worry too much about sending too many numbers. The one thing you want to do is avoid going down 2-0. On that goal by Chatham, the assist went to Dave Walsh, Mark Lee, the goal scorer. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of fight in that man, number 15, Andrew Shallis at midfield. McGee comes back for the throw-in.
Great defensive play there as Chatham now keeping the ball out of their own end and forcing it to the outside, and that's good persistence, good patience here, and of course that's Martin Kramer.
Hopewell Valley has looked the most dangerous on corner kicks, and they have one coming up right here. 35 minutes and 23 seconds to play in the second half. It'll be taken by number 24, Steve Kaiser. He'll take it with his right foot, so we'll have an in-swinger.
We just had a look at R.J. Marvini, almost in a sprinter's stance, ready to come out.
They go back post. McGee up on the header, got his head on it, but unable to get a good angle. It goes as a goal kick, but McGee obviously very dangerous, and Stan Davis knows that McGee's the target man on those corner kicks.
That's right, and once again, a well-placed ball away from the reach of Marvini. But if you look at Ian McGee, he's a pretty popular guy on the field. That time he had 3 blue jerseys on him, triple coverage. So once again, you know, if you're a teammate of his, you want to take note of that. Somebody else has got to be open on that play.
5-1 advantage on corners for Hopewell Valley. So they've forced some action. That shows they've had the ball in that attacking third. But so far they trail up 1-0. Not too much Drew Kim could do with that, and he took the safe route and knocked it far and wide. There's Drew, number 18, and that's a smart play. Particularly as a defender, Florian, if you have any doubt, don't get cute back there. Knock it up to your dad in the stands.
That's right. Aim for the sideline, and away it goes.
McGee takes the throw-ins from either side when they're looking for the long throw. Flicked on neatly, and Walsh able to volley it away, at least momentarily. And it comes out of the back. You know, with McGee taking the long throws, it's one of those, you can't win for losing. It's an advantage because he throws it long, but a disadvantage because you don't have him inside to receive the long throws.
That's right, and you've got to hope that the ball somehow finds its way back to him as he re-enters the play.
Good play by McGee. With Walsh all over him, calmly shielded it, turned and knocked it wide. And it'll be a Chatham throw. 33 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the half. Not the throw and goes to Hopewell Valley. Still a lot of fight left in the Bulldogs. They trail up by 1. They know if they can tie things up, they'll be in perfect shape. Chipped over the top. I don't think anyone expected Hopewell Valley to come out here and blow Chatham away, nor did they expect Chatham to come out and blow them away. It's pretty much gone as expected. Unfortunately for Hopewell Valley, that mistake at the start of the second half can really come back to haunt them.
That's right, and it's ironic. We talked about it. If you recall the start of the first half, it was almost identical. Chatham took the opening kickoff, a couple of quick passes down the near side, and it was Mark Lee actually re-entering the play after a pass from Sesnick that almost created a goal in that first 2 minutes of the first half, and somehow Chatham was able to repeat that in the second half, and it paid off.
Man, you got some memory. You remember all that from the first minute of play.
Well, you got to remember when there's a goal-scoring opportunity.
I am impressed. This one bounds inside, and Horvath comes off the line. Long punt headed away by Martin Kramer, and that's such an important skill for defenders. You got to be able to take the ball out of the air. Schultz looking for a teammate. And blasted away by Dan Mayfield.
There's a kind of pressure now that Chatham is doing a good job of. Now they're moving their players up in the midfield and, of course, putting a little bit more pressure on that back line of Hopewell Valley, a bit more than they had in the first half, and as a result now, they're keeping the ball in the attacking third.
Hansberry floats the throw inside the box. It bounces once. And a little head volleyball. They get it out of danger and coming up hard on the header. Good solid play by Ruiz. Oh, you got to love the fight in Ruiz to come up on a ball like that. And if you're going to go up for the header, go up strong.
Well, as we expected, Chatham playing with a bit more confidence now after scoring that first goal in the first minute. Look at that play there, Ruiz, showing determination, winning the ball in the air, and then getting up after that and hustling up down the right flank.
And most players love that when there's contact like that and the whistle does not blow. He just went in high and strong. No advantage was gained, and it was a good no call. 1-0, 30 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the second half. These two teams playing for the Group 2 state championship in the state of New Jersey. We're in Ewing Township, New Jersey at the College of New Jersey. Six public school, make that 4 public school groups and 2 parochial groups in boys competition. This is the 3rd state championship match we've had on CN8. We'll have all of them for you. And all the girls as well. 4 girls games in state championship competition coming up next week. And the game's originally scheduled for this coming Saturday, postponed till next week. McGee with the long throw. Bounces down, hard shot, ripped into the back of the net.
Matt Coopy, and Coopy created that play, hustling a defender down, forcing the throw-in on the near side. Ian McGee gets the throw-in. The ball is lobbed into the box. It's knocked back out, and Coopy keeps his body over it and volleys it beautifully into the net. Marvini gets a piece of it, but certainly not enough to keep it out. And Bob, we've got a tie game.
And they are back to even 1-1 with 29:46 to play. Matt Coopy, as the ball bounced, he volleyed it, comes off of the throw-in, and Florian, you cannot hit a ball any better than this.
There's the flick-off. We saw it happen all night, and look at him. Calm, cool, perfect position, perfect balance on the play. But look, there's the deflection. The play is deflected in front, and then Coopy follows up with a volley high. He had full awareness where he was, kept his body on the ball, and just volleyed it into that. A beautiful goal. And of course, Bob, he initiated that play by putting pressure on the back line, forcing the clear out of bounds. McGee then serves it with a great throw-in, and the flick-on there actually created the entire situation.
The flick-on by number 5, Chip Bolkin. So Bolkin picks up his 10th assist of the season. And Matt Coopy on a bit of a side volley. He ripped it, and Marvini did well just to even get a finger on it. And now Chatham says, we're coming back for goal number 2. They're putting pressure on.
Well, you know, you look back, we've got a tie game, a 1-1 game. Now, if you're Chatham, you've got to say to yourself, no, what did we do? You know, we thought we had everything under control with a 1-0 lead, and no, wait a minute, we got too comfortable. And there you see the Hopewell Valley bench, and Coach Davis, of course, all excited. And there's in the 51st minute, Matt Coopy with the assist to Bolkin. And we talk about both first goals, and we talk about the lack of time you have in the penalty box when you're attacking to settle things down. Both goals, if you recall, Bob, came off of one touches. Flicks, crosses, everything, bing, bing, bing. You don't have time to put the ball down and serve it up. You just got to make it happen as it comes to you.
You're absolutely right, and any little flick on or deflection causes bodies to change direction quickly, and all of a sudden you think you're marked, you turn, your mark is gone, and in that case, Coopy got free, and he made no mistake about it.
2 goals, beautiful goals scored by both the schools here, and typical what we expect championship caliber soccer.
And that one volleyed out of danger right back to midfield. You talk about emotional changes and momentum changes. Chatham had the edge, and how quickly it faded away in Hopewell Valley. We said they're Bulldogs, and they're playing like dogs out here. A lot of spunk, a lot of spirit. They came back to tie it up, and right now they're putting more pressure on. Here comes Katz inside the box. And what a wonderful recovery by Drew Kim.
Well, there you have your answer right there. There's a solution. How you want to create goals? Put pressure, attack. In hockey, they call it forechecking. In soccer, we have yet to come up with an official term. We'll call it foretackling for nothing better. But hustle, hustle, hustle. You make the play. Defender makes a good decision. He takes no chances, and that was Drew Kim out of bounds. Upcoming, a corner kick, and these have been dangerous.
Steve Kaiser will take it. Again with the right foot. Low drive, back post. And look at McGee come flying in, and over the top it went, but he had a running head start. If he got up a little higher up the ladder, that would have been goal number 2.
Beautiful timing, great play. Once again, well placed, good position there. You see McGee out of the right corner of your screen come out. Okay, a little bit off on the timing, but we saw the last time there was a corner kick, he had a trio of defenders. Friends, you cannot stop a guy who runs onto the ball and times it. That, if it's a little bit lower, is a goal if he can get it.
And now that's at midfield. You see us isolate on McGee with the strong header. So McGee becoming a factor up in the air. 1-1 our score. 26 minutes and 22 seconds. Look at the elevation here.
Vertical jump, what do you give him, Bob? 5?
I'll tell you what.
That is getting up, folks. And once again, set piece is so important in soccer, and especially championship caliber soccer, where the games are very close and oftentimes decided by 1 or 2 key plays. And as we pointed out to you, if McGee is able to get up a little bit sooner or the ball's hit a little bit lower and he makes contact, the goalie has very little chance of stopping that.
Here comes Hansberry in the box, and Hansberry with a running head start, chased down. McDonough was all over him. Schultz slots it through over the byline. It goes. Goal kick going the other way. But isn't it ironic that Hopewell Valley has caused so much problems up in the air, off the corners and restarts, yet they score from the field?
That's right, they score from the field. But if you take a look at it, it was the restart, it was the throw-in that created the situation. Here we see Schultz again getting position. And you know, oftentimes you don't have a chance to take a shot between 2 defenders. Good decision, just a little bit off the mark. He gets another 1 or 2 chances like that, he'll be able to connect with one. But the key is when you're up front and you see a little bit of daylight, you've got to take advantage and take those shots.
Mayfield with a long goal kick. And they're screaming for a handball, no call. And that one goes over the end line. It was Drew Kim, number 18. Looked like from our angle he may have knocked it down with his arm. There's our goal scorer, number 9. It was Matt Coopy.
And it was Coopy again getting his foot in there and blocking the clear, knocking it out for a goal kick. But once again, that pressure up front. Look at this unselfish play. There you see a little bit of ball bounces up now. It did hit the hand, but it's unintentional. The official's down on the field. He can make it happen. Of course, we talked about the turf and its effect on choppy play on the field. The referees so far have made some good decisions.
That's a beautiful first-time ball onto the foot of number 9, Mark Lee. Lee breaks inside, and Horvath off the line. He smothers it up.
Boy, Mark Lee, some wonderful cutting on the play out there. And once again, that time it was his 3rd touch, just a little bit too much. Horvath comes up. He thought he had it, and then he mishandled it and then followed up nicely. But Mark Lee, again, doing an outstanding job on that left flank position.
The key play, though, Horvath came off the line. Here it is, beautiful first-time chip over the top.
Lee, he gets his foot on it, gets around, cut. Look at the cut. Now he fakes out one defender, gets the other one. Just a little bit too much on that. Horvath comes up, says, nope, I got it. He teases him a little bit, knocks it ahead, says, no, I have it again.
And there's Lee working on the end line. That's going to be a corner kick for Chatham. And you're right, Horvath teased him a bit. Great judgment, though, because once you come off the line, as you well know, Florian, goalkeepers, you can't start and stop. Once you come, you got to go all the way.
Right, and you have to have faith and confidence that somebody from the defense is going to get back there and cover that empty net. God forbid you lose the ball and your whole goal is exposed, and you know what happens there. Big corner coming up.
Back post is unmarked. They go low to the near post and head it away. Mayfield on the header. 6-2 edge in corners for Hopewell Valley.
Yeah, defended well, but Dave Walsh again was the big guy, the point guy in the middle. He was just off the mark of getting his head on that play.
Hansberry trying to slot it across. Walsh was camped inside and cleared away once again. So Chatham putting some pressure on here. Hansberry, nice move. Looks to the near post. Moment of indecision. Do I shoot or pass it? Kind of did neither on that. We just kind of kicked it toward the near post.
Well, sometimes if you don't know what to do, just send it in the direction of the goal and you hope that there's a teammate there so it's not all wasted, not for naught.
A lot of referees in the stands tonight. You be the ref. Oh, that's a great shot there. I don't know. Pretty tough to call. You've got to call it on someone. That time it went against Hopewell Valley.
Brady Needier underneath that play there.
Real solid physical action. High school soccer at its finest here at the College of New Jersey. Ruiz just knocked that one high. Kept alive by Walsh. Walsh plays it back. Flighted in the air, a moment of indecision. Horvath is off the line. And McGee clears it away. Ryan Horvath, the goalkeeper, completely out of position, and that time the defense covered up for him.
Yeah, it was Ian McGee reading the SOS signal out of his penalty box, coming back to the rescue. Here's the play right here. Look at Walsh service. Beautiful touch. Here's the play. Turnison just directed into the goal mouth area. Look, a slight mishandle, and look what happens. If somebody can get a foot on that, Horvath is out of the goal. Something can happen. But once again, Turnison out of position. He slots it up, and the ball is finally cleared.
Chatham knocks the free kick, the 10th foul on Hopewell Valley. Long, they go to the left side. 1-1 our score, 21:06 remaining in the second half. I'll tell you what, first half was good action. Second half is unbelievable. They are really playing.
And we talked about we would expect both teams to slow the pace down. That has not occurred.
The adrenaline is pumping. Nice move, checking back was Chalice. Hopewell Valley slows it down, at least for a second. There's the flick-on header. Comes out to the left side. And knocked over the end line. Benassi had it. And they have to defend is Brian Hansberry, and Hansberry has to give the corner away. And Marvini says, not another one.
Once again, good work there by Benassi, just holding on to the ball, forcing the defender to make the play. He knocks it out of bounds, and an advantageous corner kick coming up.
And again, the corner to be taken by Kaiser.
Get that while they're at.
Mishit that one just a bit, hit it away. Corner kick number 7 for Hopewell Valley. Kaiser looking for some room, tries to cut to the left and nipped away. Fine defensive play. The Cougars look to counter. Carl Turnison.
McDonough knocking the ball out of bounds, but I think it was Brian Hansberg buried back there with a nice defensive clear there for Chatham, just as they were about to face some firepower up front there. Kaiser was about to unleash a shot, but Hansberry broke that play up, and then it was McDonough making the clear hair down just outside of his penalty area.
Hansberry, long throw toward the near post. Cleared away, defending was Chip Bolkin. And out of the back comes Benassi. Benassi still has it. And coming over to knock it into touch was Drew Kim, but Benassi going forward.
Drew Kim making a good decision, not taking any chances to try to mishandle the ball in the midfield, just knocks it out of bounds and gives his midfielders time to regroup defensively.
Needier tried to get onto the foot of Chalice. Chalice did not believe that the ball was over the sideline. Stan Davis, the coach of Hopewell Valley, just turned and looked at the referee, and he felt it was not nearly over that line. Of course, the ball has to go entirely over the sideline. There's Coach Davis. Sometimes you get them, and sometimes you don't.
Pressure, go!
Oh, what a great second half. They are just going at each other. Both teams leaving their hearts out on the field.
See Brian Hansberry getting tangled up there with Brady Needier, and the foul was called against Chatham.
Dan Mayfield takes all of the long restarts. And he'll look to flight it over the top to the outside of the back post, or the opposite post. And that's a good ball. Marvini off the line. Oh, the defense covers up once. McGee almost got the rebound.
Needier with a fantastic over the head, back scissor kick right on goal, blocked by a defender, and then McGee followed up with the pressure. Here's some great service again, just beyond the reach. Marvini has to knock it, but it's McGee's head in the way, keeps it in play. There you see the kick, he gets a piece of it on the top of his foot. A defender's where he should be on the near post. Great play again on both sides of the ball. Excellent camera work there by our crew. Watch this timing, boom, on the left foot, right on in. Defender with a great stop right on the top of the thigh. No handball. Good, clean soccer, offensively and defensively by both teams.
Unlucky for McGee on the rebound. Very often you'll see it bounce right off the player into the net, but terrific cover by Chatham. Marvini was off the line, 2 blue shirts back on the goal line. Horvath, long punt all the way to midfield. Up on the header was number 11, Kevin Babona, and Babona called on the foul, went over the top. And Babona hustles back.
Much to the delight of the fans here.
They are certainly enjoying it.
Great exhibition of high school championship soccer, and once again, that's that feisty midfield play there by Hopewell Valley, and they've come up with these free kicks and restarts.
Again, the long free kick by Nayfield. Marvini comes off the line real early, and if you can get a little flick on, you can flick it past him.
Yeah, the one thing, the disadvantage you have if you're attacking, if you put a floater up there, the longer that ball hangs in the air, the more the advantage swings on the side of the goaltender, because he can read that. He can come out, and of course, you cannot touch the goalie until he's around the ball, so obviously he has the advantage on that play.
Schultz with a long ball. Nayfield nodded it away. 16 minutes left in the second half. Chatham won, Hopewell Valley won.
Turnison, excellent job drawing the foul on that play, shielding the ball with his body and forcing McDonough to tackle, and that is illegal from behind. Good free kick opportunity coming up here for Chatham.
Hopewell Valley has been more dangerous on their restarts. Let's see what Chatham can do with it. Kramer will take it. Kramer's ready. Waits for some movement. Here comes the free kick. And the free kick blocked. Wow, good work by Chalice.
That's just great desire. That is great desire to single-handedly go up and block the kick. There is some great camera work. Watch this. Follow up on the play. I'm not going to stand back and wait. I'm going to get in there, sacrifice my body, hustle. Look at the size disadvantage, about a half a head shorter. He's able to knock the ball out of bounds. He gets back to cover. Great work out there by Hopewell Valley.
And the long throw nodded right back out. Hansberry took the throw and flighted into the box by Drew Kim. Bounces once. Walsh is trying to get free. And he'll run it down. Double team, Shields. Bump, and down he goes. He's well trained.
Here's the cross coming in. Look at that. On the side of the top of the shoulder and the side of the head. That is great timing. That is sacrificing yourself for the good of the team. Great defensive work there by Hopewell Valley.
Watch out here. These are dangerous. Free kick coming up for Chatham. Dave Schultz will take it. Defending number 24 is Kaiser. See if he wants to bend it on the shot, or will he chip it? He's going to chip it. Tries to hook it around, looking for Walsh on the run. Walsh couldn't volley it. And that'll be a throw-in for Chatham. Strong header. Meteor went up hard, and deep into the shadows goes number 2, Brian Hansberry. Hansberry. Long throw. And Koopy nods it away. Neither team timid at all. They are just coming forward on those 50-50s. Nayfield playing solid in the back, clears it away. Hopewell Valley looking to build. Good smart retreat by Hansberry. The pass was intended for Benassi, and Hansberry read it, beat him to it. Benassi. And shepherding that one out of bounds was Dan Ruiz. Another throw.
Play slowing down just a little bit in the midfield, and it's no surprise Chatham trying to take control, trying to get that go-ahead goal again.
Kernerson had to turn quickly. And Mayfield with the long volley cleared away and nodded right back at him by Drew Kim. Kim and Mayfield, two big physical players in the back, one for each team.
Nice one-touch passing. Here's the key on midfield.
Another good one-touch. Now you try to play it through. There's Mayfield. Walsh will try to screen. First thing is to keep possession.
Good defensive work. Once again, Chatham having a little bit of difficulty. The quarter's a little bit tight in there. You've got to think to the flank. You got to go to the near side or to the far side.
And that'll be a throw-in for Hopewell Valley as Coach Davis sends in a couple of substitutes. Andrew Chalice, number 16, and number 8, Matt Katz back on.
Ruiz and Nieder are going at it.
In the corner. Low cross, and down went number 2, Brian Hansberry. Hansberry shaken up. Ball still free, just wide. A surprise shot taken by Matt Katz. That almost was able to sneak into the back corner.
Once again, Matt Katz again in perfect position. Once again, you see the cross now. A defender blocks it in the abdomen, and he hits it, and he goes down in pain injury. However, there's no whistle. Play continues. Matt Katz comes out, he hustles onto it, he picks it up, and he catches everybody out of position and realizes, hey, wait a minute, let me just take it first time, and he's not far off the mark.
I'll tell you what, that one smarted, and it just did go wide. Marvini, I think, surprised that he took it that quickly.
Well, once again, we talked about, and there's a couple of our fans here tonight enjoying this Group 2 New Jersey State Championship soccer game here, and a wonderful evening, and I think our viewers at home certainly have not been disappointed at the entertainment provided here by these two fantastic high schools, Bob.
And it is just great to see so many people turning out to see championship soccer. If you put two good teams on the field in a meaningful game, the fans definitely will turn out, particularly if the adults have a chance to get to the games in the evening. Very often soccer played in the afternoon, and a lot of people just can't get to the matches.
That's right, and a great facility here at the College of New Jersey, and certainly on behalf of CN8 and our award-winning production crew, we're all grateful to be here, and we congratulate both teams for reaching the final, and we wish them all the best in their endeavors, and we're all tied up at 1 here in the second half as we see Brian Hansberry being escorted to the side.
Stan Davis, with a record of 168-60-2 in his 12th year, knows that he's got some anxious moments. 11:19 to play, and Ken Cherry's got a smile on his face, and that may be a smile right now, but with 11:19 to play, that smile can turn to a frown quickly, or the smile can get real big, depends on what happens.
Look, I noticed the last couple of minutes somewhat of a lull in the play out there, and when things slowed down, it seemed like Chatham pretty much controlled the ball, is what we pretty much expected, but once again, really not having much success of penetrating that penalty area of Hopewell Valley, and you've got to credit Horvath and that defensive, tough, nitty-gritty defensive unit back there, led by Cullen McDonough and Dan Mayfield.
Mark Lee scoring for Chatham, Matt Coopy for Hopewell Valley, and that man's been a key figure in the entire game. Number 18, Ian McGee, hasn't scored, but he's been involved in almost every big play.
Boy, if we had somebody counting touches on the ball, there's no doubt in my mind who who the leader on the field would be. But Ian McGee, what a fantastic athlete, a key player at both ends of the field, and of course on every restart, somehow always involved in the play.
Drew Kim flights it long over the top, going to the corner. And a smart play as they try to let it run, and the foul called against Chatham. So good work by number 20, Anthony Miller, was trying to let the ball run over the end line, got bumped in the back.
Another one of the many juniors at Hopewell Valley. Ryan Horvath, a junior. Cullen McDonough, a junior. Anthony Miller, a junior. Ian McGee, a junior. Matt Coopy, a junior. Mike Banassi, a junior. And Brady Nieder, a junior. How's that for a lineup coming back for next year?
That's got to put a smile on the face of Stan Davis. The Chatham fans have turned out. A lot of tradition in soccer up in Chatham and Morris County. The Chatham Cougars have been here many times before. 3 Group 2 titles since the two schools, Chatham Borough and Chatham Township, merged in 1988. Looking for another one tonight. Turnisson's going to try to run it down. Again, the early service, always so dangerous. Chatham a little slow into the attack that time, and Mayfield volleyed it out of trouble.
Good, well read there defensively by Hopewell Valley. They clear it first time, but here comes the pressure again by Chatham.
Chatham playing with 5 midfielders. So sometimes it's tough on the quick counter when everybody's back. Here's Turnison. Nice work. McDonough took a smack right there. The foul by Kevin Babona.
Well, Kevin Babona, if you're going to make a stop upfield, you got to do it right there. But of course, McDonough had the advantage there and physically was taken out of the play. In soccer, of course, illegal play. The official there to make the call. And Bob, as I take a look at this Chatham fact book here, we go back in history to the 60s, and I see an all-state player by the name of Bob Lampinen.
A long time ago.
Congratulations, Bob. Wow.
I still have a couple of rings at
There
home.
you go. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, we didn't play the way the kids play these days. This is just outstanding soccer. The individual talent of the players is really something. Of course, New Jersey, known throughout the country as one of the primary recruiting areas for the top colleges.
That's right, and we see Cullen McDonough being helped off the field there. Now, that's going to be a severe loss for Hopewell Valley. I mean, he's been one of their more consistent defenders on the evening. But, Bob, I know you, like I, have enjoyed watching these two teams here. And, of course, a lot of these talented young players are benefiting from the youth programs, the various youth programs in their communities that a lot of these youngsters have had a chance to start playing at the age of 4, 5, 6, and 7. And, of course, anyone who's played soccer realizes how long it takes to develop the skills and talents necessary to perform. So we congratulate all their coaches and families for their dedication in enabling these kids to develop to the players that we are watching here tonight.
Couldn't have said that better myself. And there's no question about it. You can't play this sport 2 or 3 months a year. It's a 12-month commitment, and these athletes are really showing their stuff. We've got 8 minutes to play in the second half. It's 1-1. They're playing for a state championship, and watch the intensity just continue to grow as we wind down in regulation. And I don't know, I guess we should start talking about overtime right now.
Yeah, tell them, Bob, what the format is.
2 10-minute overtimes. It is not sudden death. They'll play both 10 minutes if they have to go to overtime. And at the end of that time, if nobody has taken the lead, there's nothing. We go home, we're co-champs. That happened to me in 1964, and it was kind of a happy disappointment, if that's possible. When it first happened, we were sad. Then we were happy that we didn't lose. And, of course, a couple of years later, hey, it was wonderful. We were state champs. We forgot the co-part of it.
I experienced the exact same thing about 10 years after you did. And at the time, it was not great. But as time went on, it got better.
What exactly you're trying to tell me, Florian?
Well, there's nothing like winning it outright.
Only 10 years. Okay. 7 minutes left to play. And
oh, no, wait a minute. Maybe I miscounted. I was never really good at math. Hey, dangerous free kick coming up here.
It was a handball. So they're going to set up for the free kick outside of the back post. Defending number 24 once again. It's Kaiser. Here it comes. Low drive, near post, volleyed away once again. Koopy clears it high and deep.
Well, I really have to compliment Hopewell Valley on their defensive strategy on restarts, on set plays. We've seen them block a number of well-driven plays into the box and destroy him before they got into a dangerous situation.
Here comes Chatham on the counter. Turnison was right there, but cleared away. Matt Katz, very solid, able to calmly knock it away. Had to give the throw away as we close in on that 6-minute mark. Sesnick, the junior, will take this throw. Turnison tried to flick it on, got it a little bit early, unable to redirect it. Chatham pushing the defenders up into the attack, so they're confident. Nice move by Walsh. Walsh saw the opening, nipped it to himself, and was almost able to run onto it.
And he was almost able to do it because there was a momentary hesitation by 3 defenders, and everybody said, no, you got it, you got it. And then somebody said, Niederer steps in there and said, no, I'll take it. And here comes Cullen McDonough, and that has got to make Coach Davis very happy because he has been one of the Iron Men of that defensive back line tonight.
With 5:10 left to play, watch out for number 15, Mike Walsh, for Chatham, and of course number 18, Ian McGee, to step up. This is the time big-time players step up. Here's the younger Walsh inside the box. Nice move, trying to cut it back and behind the goal, and that was deflected behind, so a corner kick. So good work by Dave Walsh, the sophomore.
Yeah, Dave Walsh using his body well to shield the ball, and then if he's got those long legs trying to wrap the foot around, he does it nicely. Then the ball was knocked out of bounds there, and then you see Cullen McDonough getting back in his position on the near post.
Okay, here comes the set play, the corner kick. Low, hard drive. Long shot, that was hooked, deflected, and Horvath goes to ground. Those deflections just can be so dangerous. Horvath didn't know which way to go.
That's right, because there's a crowd of bodies. It was essentially a screenshot. Here's a break.
Chalice trying to break through. Players wrapped up on each other. Number 5 is Bolkin. Bolkin angled it on the right side. Not a bad ball, but tough break for Katz as he just couldn't get to it. He couldn't get around the defender to get a good angle on the ball.
Well, you know, Bob, one of the things that Chatham has to respect about Hopewell Valley, we just saw moments earlier, Chatham have a brilliant opportunity. Look at him, go around the ref. We don't call him for obstruction, but he goes on the outside.
Well, I called him a defender. He's wearing stripes, so sometimes he's the enemy. Shots on goal. Chatham leads that one 8-4, but on the scoreboard, it's dead even, 1-1 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. The first 25 minutes of this half, the pace was just unbelievable. Both teams a little bit fatigued. They're playing hard, and neither one of them wants to make the big mistake. And that's the opportunity where the good skilled player can go one-on-one against a defender who's a little bit hesitant to tackle and blow by him.
Well, that's where Chatham is really blessed in the midfield, both with Dave and with Mike Walsh. We could see when they had an opportunity to handle the ball how effective they can be. But for Hopewell Valley, they've got Ian McGee plus a lot of hungry teammates that can move the ball, as shown here.
Needier went to chip it, hit the outside of the foot and knuckled over the top, but a good run by number 17, Brady Needier.
Yeah, you've got to go with that war paint. Now, that's something we did not see in the first half. We talk about second half tactics. You got to come out, you got to come mean, you got to be ready. There it is, folks. You've got to have the look. You know, even if you're not mean, he's probably the nicest guy. He probably never opens up his mouth, but you put the paint on him, man. He's ready for battle. You got to love it.
Here's McGee. We're having a good time with 2:20 to play in regulation. We're tied at 1-1. Let's go with it. Chalice. McGee angles back. Again, Needier. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. McDonough chips it to the corner. McGee with the foot race. McGee, the big physical presence, comes up with it. Chip down, loose in front. The shot is driven high and partially blocked. And up the ladder goes Marvini.
Boy, Chalice creating all kinds of problems defensively. The ball comes out the midfield, a chip down the near side, and Hopewell Valley almost gets another point-blank shot on goal. Katz had it blocked.
And the Bulldogs trying to come out of the back, trying to get into that attacking area. The Cougars have something to say about it. 1:28 to play. We're tied 1-1. McDonough. They reach out to grab the shirt of McDonough, and they're going to stop the clock. That's going to be a yellow card to Brian Hansberry. Hansberry with a lot of shirt, and the fans love it.
Yeah, it's Hallmark time. Brian Hansberry said, you know, hey, ref, I just wanted to jog with him, that's all. I didn't mean anything serious about it. But we talk about fatigue. Here you go. You see the determination. Here's a guy that was just out a little bit with an injury, Cullen McDonough, and he takes another wrap from behind. And, of course, showing a little bit of style and class, Brian Hansberg will take a seat on the bench, and coach says, hey, wait a minute. It's a championship game. You got to keep yourself under control.
If looks could tell, you saw the look from Coach Cherry. Here's the free kick.
Beautiful bending
Flicked
ball.
on by McGee, and it's going to roll over the end line. Needier was right there, but once again, up on the header, number 18, Ian McGee, the junior, 14 goals and 7 assists on the season.
What a tremendous talent. What a strong game he's had. And, you know, that time our camera work followed the ball. It was great placement. You saw it was away from the goal.
Excuse me, Florian, inside of a minute in regulation. And I'll tell you what, these two teams are really going at it. Chatham scored almost immediately off the second half kickoff, and then Hopewell Valley came back to tie it, and it's been dead even ever since. Look at the determination. Good hard work. Nice move by Nick Sesnick. 30 seconds to play. Walsh and McGee tied up. And Mayfield clears it long. High bouncer. 18 seconds. Hopewell Valley needs a quick throw. 14 seconds. Chalice with 8 seconds. They got to get it into the box. 4 seconds. They're going to run out of time. We're going to overtime, folks. And there's the whistle. And Florian, overtime is the appropriate result on this one. They've got to play 2 more 10-minute OTs. 0 or make that 1-1 at the end of regulation. It's the Group 2 state title match on CN8. Back with overtime right after this. We're all set for overtime. Chatham and Hopewell Valley 1-1 at the end of regulation, the Group 2 state final. And here's how we got to overtime. Florian?
Once again, Turnison makes the cross, everybody out of position. Walsh follows up with a shot, can't be held. Mark Lee cashes in, says, bingo, we're up 1-0. Down at the other end of the field, there's a little guy hustling down there. Matt Coopy causes the throw, and here it is. Ian McGee, a high lobber. Underneath, it's Chip Bolkin. He gets a piece of it. The ball bounces in, and Coopy says, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not finished yet. Bingo, goal. And that's where we are, 1-1.
Coopy just came up on the bouncer and nailed it. He ripped it into the back of the net. And then they battled dead even the rest of the way, and now the painted faces are excited, the fans are excited, the camera crew's excited. I know that we are up here because it's overtime, and they'll go 2 10s, not sudden death, and if nobody scores or the game remains tied, we'll be declared co-champions. And if you've just tuned into CN8, you've missed a great one, but stay with us as Chatham is in the navy shirts and Hopewell in the white. We've got overtime now, 2 10s, and here we go. The Bulldogs had it taken away, and they're going to play direct as Chatham. They played it long into the box. And Mayfield has been so steady back there, knocked it away. Mark Lee was right there, and let's see if Chatham changes. They are. They're being a little more direct, Florian, early on. It looks like that may be the strategy. Get it into the box.
Well, as you recall, the start of both halves, the first and second, they were very direct, and it paid off for them in the second half when they came away with that goal in the first minute. They're hoping for a repeat. There is a header and a late charge, and that will be a foul and a big opportunity coming up here for Chatham.
Walsh went down. Matt Coopy committed the foul. And let's see what Chatham does with the set piece. 16th foul committed by Hopewell Valley, 9 by Chatham in the match. Here we go, they chip it. Walsh heads it on, but cleared away. And there's McGee.
Another good defensive recovery again by Hopewell Valley, and that has been their key to success tonight. They've been very consistent defensively.
McDonough and Turnison wrapped up with each other. Turnison cuts it back to the near post, and Mayfield just nails that one high. Horvath may have been able to call him off on that. Here's Kramer. Solid defense by both teams. They love to come forward on the attack. Martin Kramer came forward. As the ball went away, he was nipped and taken down. And it's going to be a free kick. Here it is. He's going to pay the price.
Kramer comes up, but he draws the foul, and it's that aggressive play in the midfield now that has responded, or they have been rewarded with 2 free kicks in the midfield.
When they talk about running through the ball, that's what they mean. Don't stop, go through. And that time he was fouled by Miller. But good work by Martin Kramer. Mayfield knocked it down. Kramer rescues for the Cougars. Chips over the top. Everybody's on sides. But Horvath quick off the line. First overtime, 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. We're tied 1-1. Look at Turnison trying to sneak in behind. He's a schemer.
Yeah, Chatham really trying to force the ball through now up front. What they need to do is go with the guy that got him the first goal, Mark Lee. They need to try to isolate him either to the left or the right and try to play some of the balls to his feet, even if he has to come back out of that attacking third into the midfield, because he's a guy that has shown us, Bob, that he's able to manipulate, do things with the ball, knock the defense out of position, and then create plays.
And there he is up on a header. Miller was defending. Here comes Walsh. Walsh breaks in, looks for the right-hand corner, peeked up, you saw his head come up, he was looking right corner and shanked it to the near side.
That threw him off, and of course, that time he knew that he had a moment to release the shot, and he felt too comfortable, and he says, let me have a look. No, when you're that close, Mike, your head's down, you're inside the box, rifle that ball. And of course, we've seen that he can do it. There he has it, he looks up, and of course, the rolling ball in soccer, especially when it's rolling away from you, is perhaps the most difficult ball to strike, especially on the run when you take your eye off the ball.
Very difficult when you're trying to turn the ball, as you have to stretch out for it. Turnison moving forward for Chatham. Mayfield, so calm, steps up, takes it away, plays it out of the back to Volkin. Quick retreat by Schultz. Open on the right side is Katz. They go square. Here's Kaiser. Katz, quick move. Trying to break into the box. Slots it across and headed away. Hoopy tried to volley it. That was a tough ball. But good build-up by Hopewell Valley that time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A series of 1- and 2-touch passes up the right flank. Hoopy is in the position to take the volley shot. He unfortunately fanned on it, but nonetheless he was there. But Hopewell Valley that time looking very good, working the ball up through the midfield.
Miller got up on the header. Good switch of the field. McDonough chips it over the top, keeps control. McDonough into the attack. And solid defense as Ruiz came up to knock it away. Dave Walsh angling to the corner, and there's McDonough all over Turnison. Needier. And let's see, that's going to be a foul against Hopewell Valley. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first of 2 overtimes. And a throw-in for Hopewell Valley. 4 minutes, 25 seconds to play. Some fresh legs go on the pitch for Hopewell Valley. Number 13 is Jim Peters, and 16, TJ Imbriogata. I was hoping he'd get into the game. Wanted to say that one. I think the first time in the match that we've seen TJ in.
This is a time in the game when you have somebody off the bench that can bring a spark to the team. It could be the difference in the game.
And those fresh legs, everybody's got to be fatigued because both teams have been running virtually the entire match. A tremendous pace to this one. Mayfield again clears it over the top. Inside the box, and Marvini off the line. And then the quick release. Chatham looking for the counter off of the goalkeeper release. I'll tell you what, Mayfield has been solid back there. Marvini has to come off and kicks it away.
Excellent communications defensively. A real dangerous situation there by Chatham, and Marvini comes out and makes the clear.
Turnison. Good defensive play, but it's going to be a corner kick for Chatham. Anthony Miller with the defensive play. Ken Cherry across the way. He's lonely right now. Ryan Hansberry left the match after a yellow card. Also was shaken up earlier. And let's see, here comes the corner. Corner served nicely, but up on the header was Mayfield. And that'll be the bouncer to let it roll over the end line. That's the 4th corner kick in the match for Chatham, compared to 7 for Hopewell Valley. And you can see the time remaining in the first overtime. 1-1 is our score. How about this guy, number 6, Mayfield?
Very strong game that he's had, and of course together with his sidekick over there, Cullen McDonough, they have been the anchor of the defense for Hopewell Valley. A defense I've mentioned it a couple times, have been very impressed with, very well organized. Yep. You saw in the last header that the next time the ball came back into the penalty area, there was nobody there. Why? Because as soon as the ball was cleared, the entire back line moved out to the midfield, and we see the players come back in. Obviously, Coach Davis had a few words of encouragement.
McGee will take the throw. Lines it just inside the box, chested down with 1:45, and back to McGee. Nice soft touch as he flights it on the angle inside the 18. Koopy had it. Little step over move by Kaiser. And nothing number 13 Dave Schultz can do other than give away the throw-in. 1:25 to play. Schultz defending on the play. Lob throw, floats softly inside the 18. And that's going to be a goal kick. Needier needed a little more room that time to try to keep it on. And we've got 1 minute left in the first overtime period.
Well, one thing, Bob, Hopewell Valley has shown us, they are not holding back. You see them hustle for every potential ball. No way.
This is Sesnick. 45 seconds to play. Walsh, beautiful first-time ball. Everybody's onside. Horvath off the line. It's cleared away.
Colin McDonough.
Who else?
How fitting as he recovered. Everybody was beat. Once again, one-time execution created that play.
And off the quick throw in. Turnison turns, shoots, and it goes wide. Tremendous opportunity. Walsh with a beautiful first-time ball through, almost beaten, and McDonough saved it off the line. That may have saved the state championship.
That's right, and we talk about team defense. It's so important, that communication between goalkeepers and those back defensive players. We saw Marvini have it on his side for Chatham, and in that instance, we just saw it for Hopewell Valley. So obviously, the reason why both teams are here tonight playing for the final championship game.
Well, that's the end of the first overtime. We'll keep it right here at the College of New Jersey. You're watching Group 2 State Soccer Championship action. Chatham and Hopewell Valley 1-1. Last year, Chatham in the final gave us a great match against Morristown. And here's the big chance from just a moment ago that was saved just on the goal line.
Once again, good pressure in the midfield. Chatham working the ball up. There's Sesnick. He makes the play on. Here's Walsh. One time, he passes very simple around the defender, the key defender. Turnison runs on. He gets it by Horvath. Everybody's out. Number 14, McDonough steps in and says, not yet, guys. Here's another look at it. Great field level camera work. Here's the pass. Very simple. Walsh has great field awareness. He knows where everybody is. Turnison's doing what he's supposed to. Cut around on the outside. There's some of that war paint probably coming from the fans.
Brady Needier, number 17 right there. And that expression kind of typical of everybody's intensity in this match. And it's good to see people having a good time. They're actually smiling in the huddle. It's not the end of the world, but right now it's close to it.
It's close to it. Another 10 minutes. You hear it?
Let's do it. And look across the way. You can see the crowd on hand. Isn't that a great shot to see all the folks turning out to support high school soccer in New Jersey? Boyd Sands, the executive director of the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association, and his entire crew, we want to thank them. And of course, they run all the high school athletics in New Jersey, and certainly couldn't wish for a better show than we're seeing here tonight.
Oh, you heard it in there from Koopy, the goal scorer. Hey, guys, 10 minutes. That's our season. That's it. After that, we're done. You can sleep all week, all year. Let's give it out. And that's what Coach Cherry is telling his gang on the far side from Chatham.
Ken Cherry in his 9th season. And I'm sure he's saying, hey, we came here last year. We went away unhappy. We're going to try to get on that bus with smiles on our face. And the crowd from both sides whooping it up right now, and why not? There's only 10 minutes left, and there's Boyd Sands right in the middle of your shot. He's got a smile on his face. He's going, wow, look at all these people out here for soccer.
Oh, that's great. Hey, by the way, Chatham this year, Bob, ranked 7 in Star Ledger's top 20 on the season. So pretty impressive. And, of course, St. Benedict's leading the way, right? The top-ranked team in the area.
Hopewell Valley has pulled out all the stops, so Stan Davis has his club ready to go for the second overtime. The marching band is here. Hopewell Valley looking for their second Group 2 title, their first one back in 1989. Well, we've got 10 minutes to play. No matter what happens, there'll either be a champion, there'll be a co-championship decided. Either way, if somebody scores and they hold on to the edge, that's what will happen. If they remain tied, they're co-champs. And when that happens, it's kind of an eerie feeling throughout the whole field. Nobody knows whether to smile or cry. This is chipped into the box. Oh, this is a great block right there in front. The shot, it's scored to the back of the net. Chatham has taken the lead.
Michael Walsh with a second effort. Again, a ball that was failed cleared, and how appropriate. His 26th goal of the season. He is being mobbed, folks, by the fans from Chatham. Of course, the game is not over. But in their mind it is, but not if Hopewell Valley has something. But once again, early pressure right off the kickoff by Chatham pays off in a heavy dividend off the foot of Michael Walsh. Here's the replay. The ball set in down the side, turns again, makes the block. The ball is chipped in towards the middle, and there you see Mark Lee getting underneath it. Back hits it. That sets the whole thing up. Mike, first time, you see the first time clear, not out of the box, followed up again. Michael Walsh neatly tucks it in low.
Big time players come up big, and Mike Walsh, and that's the key play to be kept alive, Florian, and Walsh stayed with it. Horvath went to ground, and it's 2-1. Chatham has the lead with 9 minutes, 15 seconds to play in the second overtime, and Hopewell Valley still has something to say about it. McGee right there. Marvini makes the save.
So Mark Lee factoring big on both goals for Chatham. And there you see it. Mike Walsh, his 26th goal in the 91st minute. Mark Lee with the assist, and Chatham goes up 2-1.
And interesting on that last ball that was flighted in, McGee all the way up in the front, in the middle of the box now, not serving. I think they'll be looking for McGee. And they're certainly going to look for him now because a set piece coming up for Hopewell Valley. 8 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the second overtime.
Well, Bob, we talked about in the second half that if you're Hopewell Valley, you have to gamble. But considering there's all the time that's left in their season, they have nothing to lose at this time.
Mayfield chips it, looking for McGee. McGee up on the header. He got his head on it, but over the top.
That's right. Again, the ball just a little bit high out of his reach, but another fantastic job. Good connection, good timing on the ball directed towards the goal, but unfortunately not a target. Wonderfully served ball there by Mayfield to the far side. McGee gets up, oh, way up there, and just a little bit underneath it, goes over the crossbar.
And again, may have been up at the top of his jump just a hair early. Hopewell Valley trying to storm back. They trail it 2-1. Chatham will be content to knock it to the corners. And Hopewell Valley will have the throw. Anthony Miller gets it back in play quickly. Mayfield, he can bypass the midfield with one long left foot. Here's McGee. McGee has it poked away. And that is a tired young man, and he may have popped something or cramping up in the hamstring area.
Hamstring, Charlie Horse. That's unfortunate.
And if he has to leave, that's really going to hurt. Checking in number 17 is Needier. And I think McGee's going to say, you're not getting me out of here now. He's going to stretch it out himself.
Endurance test here for Ian McGee, and what a fantastic job he's done for his school, Hopewell Valley, tonight.
And now the clock has stopped, so they'll work on the hamstring, but McGee will have to leave the match. He'll be replaced by number 16, TJ Imbriagata. And you can see the pain, and I can understand. There's number 16, TJ. But I can certainly understand why McGee would cramp up, because he has just been nonstop the entire match.
And at high pace, he's been all over the field, as has been this young man right here, Matt Coopy. Coopy, of course, the goal scorer, and he has done a fantastic job in the attacking third, chasing balls down. He's been very effective in the midfield, and a solid team effort overall by Hopewell Valley. However, they've been vulnerable in the first couple of minutes of each half, and that is exactly when the goals have come for Chatham.
Okay, here we go. 6:45 to play. Stepping up to take the shot, number 14, Colin McDonough. And Colin